with all this talk about Pixar Pier, there's actually a lot of other things that are kind of going under the radar, including some big stuff about Pirates of the Caribbean you should know about. This is D4E-Ticket news. What's up guys, it's Jordan again. I was kind of this week debating how I wanted to break up this footage because I had a bunch of stuff from Pixar Pier, but I also had like the resort updates that I wanted to talk about. And so ultimately I just decided to do one video all about Pixar Pier, and then I would throw in all the resort update stuff in a new newscast. So that's part of what you're gonna see today, but there's other news that I noticed on our last trip to Disneyland that no one's talking about, but it's a really big deal. Not quite as big a deal really as Pixar Pier, but still a big deal, so we're gonna go over it. Starting with the A-Ticket news. So who knew that July 6th is National Fried Chicken Day? I didn't, but apparently Disneyland is now using this as an excuse to throw its first ever fried chicken celebration in both parks. This is going to be taking place July 6th through the 8th. Now, to be quite honest, they're making a big deal of it. I don't see anything special that's going on other than they're really highlighting the two restaurants that serve fried chicken. The Plaza Inn on Main Street, USA, and Flo's V8 Cafe in Cars Land. So, maybe this is going to be a regular thing in the future. We're going to wait and see, but I find it interesting. Construction is continuing in downtown Disney. Obviously, some things on the very western end of downtown Disney have already closed in preparation for future construction, but the World of Disney store is actually starting to finish up a little bit. The section of the store that was open earlier this year is now closed, but the section that was closed for refurbishment is now open. So we actually have our first look at what this new look is gonna be like. It's very kind of industrial. It's a very different vibe than the old World of Disney used to be. It's kind of cool. I did notice definitely that it does not seem as cluttered or as crowded as it used to be. And I'm wondering if they're going to kind of make that a thing now. They've opened up like things like the Disney Dress Shop and the Disney Home Store and other parts of downtown Disney, and those might be used to kind of alleviate some of that congestion that people really complained about on World of Disney store. So we're gonna have to wait and see, but it's looking really cool. So I'm excited for this new take on World of Disney that they're gonna be having at the end of the year. You may also recall some talk about the new Tropical Hideaway that they're building behind the Enchanted Tiki Room and next to the Jungle Cruise. Well, construction is well underway on that. As you can see, the old entrance into Aladdin's Oasis is completely gone. There's walls up, they just have concept art and other artwork kind of splattered around. So we're excited to see what that's going to turn into, but there's no word at all about when it's going to be completed. Only some people have been talking about this, and I find it interesting. World of Color was supposed to return with the opening of Pixar Pier a couple weeks ago, but it didn't. If you're like me and you purchased a World of Color dessert party package for any time this summer, you may have already received an email letting you know that that party has been canceled and that you're going to be receiving a full refund, which is good because you had to pay for the whole thing in advance. But they didn't really make it public knowledge that it was going to be closed down. And they haven't really explained why, and as of right now, there's no scheduled date for when they're hoping it's going to return. What I think happened is that when they decided to bring Paint the Night over to California Adventure as part of Pixar Fest, they kind of had it in their minds that they should be able to do both Paint the Night and World of Color on one night in California Adventure, but I think they found that logistically it didn't make a lot of sense, since they need at least an hour before the show to get everyone in place for World of Color, and Paint the Night being as late in the night as it is didn't offer them that amount of time. So it's probably just for logistical reasons that they're just putting a big pause button on that until later in the summer when either they don't have Paint the Night anymore or Paint the Night can be moved earlier in the evening. That's just my guess. It's no official thing, so we'll have to wait and see, but it looks like for the remainder of the summer, World of Color is actually not going to be happening, just Paint the Night. So I've talked repeatedly about the additions that they have added to the new Pirates of the Caribbean at Disneyland. And I finally got a chance to look at these firsthand, and I gotta say they're pretty cool. I want you to take a look at this clip, which is in a dark tunnel right before you come to the big pirate ship in the ride. So that's why at first it's really blurry and dark, but it's mostly the audio that I want you to listen to. This is original audio from when the ride first opened that they actually brought back in. They removed that Davy Jones fog effect thing, which never really worked anyway, and they put this audio back in and a really cool new scene that brings you right into the pirates. So take a look.
Perhaps he knows too much. You've seen the cursed treasure. You know where it be hidden. Now you see the hero.
Maybe it's just because I'm a big Disneyland history buff, but that actually really makes me excited. I think that it's a really cool thing they added that audio back in, and that new scene looks really, really cool. So make sure you give that a look next time you're there and appreciate it just a little bit more. You can say what you want about the redhead. She's actually kind of growing on me a little bit. It's not so bad. I wish that they had different voice actors, but it's actually, I think it's gonna be a good change in the long run. Now, with all this being said about Pirates of the Caribbean, that leads us to our main e-ticket news story. So for some reason, no one's been talking about this, but while Pirates of the Caribbean was closed for refurbishment and to add in all these new scenes, they added in FastPass scanners to the queue area. You can see them right here. I took a photo of them, and I don't know why no one's talking about this. People have been waiting for it for quite some time, and now it's actually coming. And that's a cool thing. And I mean, maybe it's gonna make the wait times a lot worse. I don't know where they're gonna put all the crowds for all this, so we're gonna have to wait and see how that plays out. But it's a big deal that Disneyland is gonna get yet another attraction that has a FastPass and another one that is family friendly. They don't have that many FastPasses on attractions that are family friendly. So this is a big deal. Keep an eye out for that. We'll let you know if we hear anything or if there's any news about this actually being published. In the meantime, everyone's just getting really excited for Pixar Pier, which is really cool. Obviously, you can check out our other video that we just barely posted earlier this week that just takes you through Pixar Pier. Check out other videos that we made about it on our Facebook page, Instagram stories. Make sure that you follow us there as well for other updates. Things are going to be a little bit slow this week because I'm not going to be around my computer near as much, traveling a little bit, but I'm going to be keeping you guys up to date of anything that's important that's going on. So in the meantime, visit us at our website, social media, all that jazz, everything that I just said, and then we'll see you guys next week. All right, bye.